Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey, you guys. How are y'all doing? Because if you were in a good mood, this is probably not the place you want to be. Oh my God. Look, it's already been stressful. Like since Friday, it's been real stressful. So I was not expecting to just like add on to the stupidity this week. This has got to be the most asinine thing I think that I've seen in a while. In a while. Basically, what we are paying for is for them to take things away from us, is basically what this is. When you see the number of emails that they went through in order to only give us 9. Oh my God. I sent an email. Well, I sent 2 emails because at first I was like $200 for 9 emails and 3 photos because yes, 9 emails, 3 photos. That's it. That's what $200 got us. And a letter claiming that there are 2 different rules for why things are being withheld. And one of them is attorney-client privilege. Meaning that there is information that has something to do with Bryan Kohberger and the knife sheath in these correspondences that they are refusing to release because of attorney-client privilege. And she's claiming that it's like in where I asked for like communications. So that tells me that there is like some sort of correspondence in maybe some sort of email system that the jail uses or something like that, where Kohberger and Ann Taylor talked about a knife sheath. And they're withholding those. But then she also said, and I want to show y'all like all this stuff. She also said that some of the stuff was non-responsive, thank you, to my request. So then whenever I sent the second email, I took what I requested, which I'm going to read you guys here in a minute. And I bolded everywhere I said any and all, any and all, any and all, anything, including like, what do you mean? I understand if you're trying to tell me that there's something being taken away from what you want to give us based off of attorney-client privilege. But if it doesn't fall under attorney-client privilege, and I'm asking for any and all, including photos and different things like that, okay, then how's it not responsive to my request? And there's like 600 and something emails, guys. Let me make sure that that's what it says. Oh, I hate this case so much. They went through 685 emails to give us 9. I'm going to give it to you right now. If you are in this freaking live at this moment in time, pay attention to the freaking chat because I am dropping the Google Drive link in the chat right now to the 9 emails and the 3 photos that $200 bought us. There it be, and it's also in the description box, but we about to show it. You see why I'm freaking hysterical? Like, I'm so mad. I'm hysterical right now. I cannot stop laughing at the freaking stupidity. $200 for them to not give us 99.9%. No, baby. No. 9 out of 685. 9 out of 685. No knife sheath photos of it being at the scene. Nothing with the evidence marker next to it. 3 photos of the bag. And the freaking photographs of the evidence bag is so blurry that if you don't know the names of the players in this case, you cannot read any of the names that is being transferred across. I'm so like, what? Holy shit. Holy shit-a-moly. 9 out of 685. No. Because they did the work. And no, what's crazy is she said on the phone something about a redaction receipt, and then she backtracked and she was like, oh, this one doesn't need a redaction receipt. meaning that they do give redaction receipts. And I literally asked them, do you keep ledger? Is there not a list of things that you redact, like in the vague ways that we have seen it before in documents, where it's like blacked out and it'll be like under this rule because it's a license plate or some shit like that? I was told no. I was told no. Then she said that today and I was like, excuse me? And then so, because my little naive heart, okay, because she said, oh, this one doesn't need a redaction receipt and we're paying so much freaking money for what I'm considering to be like paper. Like it's not video, audio. It's not like big files. It's paper, right? I'm expecting there to not be a lot of redactions. Oh no, it was all redactions. It was all redactions. Yes. And if you missed it in the live, I clipped it from the members only live last night and posted it this morning. Me reading out what she did give me for how the time is broken down and how many minutes was billed at X amount per hour. Yeah. $200 for them to go through 685 emails and only value 9 of them. And I don't know what she means by non-responsive to your request. Again, I asked for any and all of everything. Any and all of everything. So if you're going to cite me the rule, which we're going to also like pull up the law so I can like show you exactly what it says, which is the same as like attorney-client privilege. And also more of the FBI said so. Because part of the redactions, the law that's being cited said something about federal law. Being withheld by federal law. So it's just like the interviews where I asked if they were ever going to release anything when they talked to Kohberger or anybody. And they not only admitted that they didn't even talk to any of his family, but that they never actually like interrogated him or interviewed him themselves. That it was only the Pennsylvania interview and everything else was the FBI, and the FBI said no. Because the FBI said so was her wording. I hate it here. I hate it here. That's what I see, and that's what's like crazy to me. Like, right? Like, I don't know honestly like how they can get away with doing it like this. Because the way that they're like archiving things and doing things, like it is their job. So like, how does that work? Is that like an extra bonus on their paycheck? Like, I really would love to know how that's actually like paid to them. If you're going to like break it down this way, I'm expecting that they get like some sort of base hourly for working for the city. And then they get what percentage of this? Because we're about to pay $1,500 for 11-12 broskies. And that's like on the low end at this point, because this shit went up another, how much was it? Almost $42 for an additional 5 minutes of time. And the footage is long as shit. So I'm really curious, like, how much extra are y'all going to charge me just to do something crazy to where you're going to end up like cutting out pieces of this? When I read 685 emails and them hoes gave us 9, I about fell out on the ground. I about fell out on the ground. It's not even funny at this point. It's not even funny at this point. Like it's so effed up. Oh my God. I'm about to pull everything up on the screen. Oh, well, thank you for coming in. New to the channel, and this is the insanity. Yeah, it's been like this for a while. Thank you for the $9.99. Thanks for the 5 shenanigans. Thank you for all that you do, Jules. I wish you could earn as much as MPD, bro. I want to know. Somebody said something about how they're going to be having one hell of a Christmas party. Yeah. Because, like, how much did Plunder's description say that the docket paid? I think it was like $800 and something for the redactions for Dylan's 2 interviews. And I'm like, okay, they redacted a bunch of the same names. Like, the programming at this point, it has to be like automatic, right? Like, we're almost in 2026. There's no way that the programming is not automatic to where like you're looking for a specific name and then it goes out and it bleeps out or silences everywhere that name is. And then they're holding like the same blur mark over her face. That's also like a programming thing too. So I don't know how they're trying to claim this shit cost this much money. This is so, yeah, them hoes gave us 9, bro. I saw the size of the file and I was like, I know not. What the hell? So I knew from just looking at the size that it was not going. It was just not going to be good. It was not going to be good. Okay, we'll look at the pictures first. And I'm pulling them from the Google Drive. And I didn't it wasn't supposed to have the thing where I was going to have to approve all of them when I did the ones for the Moscow Police Department photos. So this time I made sure that it didn't have that, so that y'all should just be able to go ahead and like click on it and not wait for me. Y'all probably hear Calypso. She's crazy right now. She's super crazy right now. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm so, in the words of Charlotte Dobre, my flabbers are gasted. I think it's past that, honestly. I think I need to scoot over so that I'm even. Okay. I'm so mad. This is so bad. This is so freaking horrible. Okay. Well, first, okay. Let me show you. Let me open this whole thing. And then I'm going to show you where it says they went through 685. Because I asked, I was like, because at first, whenever she sent me the thing, I was like, okay, this morning I messaged her. I was like, okay, my phone's on a charger. I'm going to call you. Then normally within like a few minutes, I end up getting the FOIA. Like after I see the thing pop up on my bank, within like 5 minutes of us getting off the phone, I have it. Some time went by and I was like, oh, maybe I should message her. So then I emailed her and I was like, hey, I just wanted to make sure I was going to get the link for these files today. Thanks. Because she said that they were fingers crossed going to actually have 11/12 done by tomorrow. Hopefully that's the case. We will not start going through them until after Thanksgiving. Plain and simple. My views are already like hella down. I know people want to watch these. It's not going to get seen. It's not going to get shared. We'll wait until the day after Thanksgiving to go through these. If we get them tomorrow night, because this is also supposed to be like hella big files. And I don't know how I'm going to get them. If they send me 12 hours worth of surveillance footage in 5-minute increments, I'm probably going to spontaneously combust. I can just picture it in my mind right now. That's going to take me forever to put in hour segments if that's how they do it. And since they sent it to me in that original formatting, the same way that it says in the documents that it was taken, I have a feeling that's how they're going to send it to me. And I don't know how well that's going to work. That's going to suck. But we shall see. She said, no promises, but that's what they were trying to do. And tomorrow would be the last day that they could get it done for us to be able to have it this week. So fingers crossed it's done. But I'm also like, do I want to be that angry on Thanksgiving Eve? I don't know. I don't know if I want to be that freaking upset. But you know what? We're going to have to just deal with it eventually. Okay, let me get this on the screen. Like, I really am like, I just can't believe it, honestly. I really just can't. Okay, here it is right here. Okay. So I said, these are 9 emails and 3 blurry pictures. I'm not sure how this costs $200. Can someone send me a clearer explanation? I saw the breakdown, but we got literally nothing for a lot of money. Then this is when she said, as your public records request was requesting email communications related to the knife sheath, the city had to have the information systems IS manager search the city's email server for Moscow Police Department emails that had the words knife and sheath in it with the time frame you provided in your request. That email search generated 685 emails. The IS manager then had to pull those emails to be reviewed by the city attorney. The city attorney then had to review those 685 emails to determine if they fit within the parameters of your request. And if they did fit within the parameters of your request, determine whether there were any exemptions that applied. Once the city attorney completed her review, the IS manager then had to convert those records into a format to then be provided to you. Okay, but that was just 9 emails. That person's job was the easiest out of this entire situation. The entire situation. In this instance, Many of the email communications related to the knife sheath were either non-responsive to your request or exempt as they were attorney-client communications. Then I said, can you explain further what non-responsive to my request means in regards to my response? I am understanding that there were some held due to Idaho code, but besides those, any correspondence, be it email, IM, or other regarding the knife sheath in any way would mean anything regarding those terms that wasn't exempt per code, right? So if you could clarify that as best as you could while staying within the guidelines, that would help me understand this. There is also no photos of the knife sheath, which I understand some were released by ISP, but I was hoping for redacted photos of how it was placed when found in the bed on the 3rd floor between the 2 victims. Photos of it with a scene marker, maybe it being bagged, etc. I was hoping for notes for who found it at the scene as well. That was the expectation I had when I made the request anyway. The photos of the bag are also blurry, and it's really difficult to read the Sharpie. Are there clearer versions of this? And see the bolded stuff. Bolded, any and all chain of custody information. I would like any correspondence, be it email, IM, or other regarding the knife sheath in any way, but especially when it comes to that certain time frame of it being found and the trooper picking it up to take it over to the lab in New Meadows. Any and all photos of this knife sheath and or the bag that it was held in. Anything else, I made it very clear. Anything between those dates, anything speaking about it, any of the things. Any of the things. She should not be paying full price for 1112. We are paying full price for 1112. The only thing that Atlanta should be paying for is the duplication fee at $30 for however they want to cut that down. So if that's the truth, then no, me and Lana need to have a conversation, and we need to have a 3-way phone call with Moscow PD. Because hell no, bro. We paid half of that ish. We paid half of that ish. For real. For real. No, if they're telling her that she has to pay that amount, like full price for anything from after, what is it, 12:05 p.m. If there's anything after 12:05 p.m. that she's asking for, then yeah. What we are paying for is the 12:55 a.m. to the 12:05 p.m. on 11/13 because they don't have anything from the 12th. They only have 12:55 a.m. and originally they didn't even have that portion in the system. I think it was like 2:25 to 12:05. And then we looked at the reports and I sent them, hey, this says that it went to that portion, and she said they found that it's a subfolder somewhere. So we're getting that like 12-hour period. But if she's requesting something for after the fact, if it's after 12:05 on 11/13, then yeah, we're not paying for those redactions. So whoever asks for those would have to do that. Yeah, it's insane. I just can't believe that they're like, I just can't believe that they think that this is like how this should work. 685 emails. Some of them for attorney-client privilege, and the other one because they're non-responsive when I'm asking for any and everything. That's ignorant. And especially whenever when I'm asking for the stuff within the dates, it's 11/13/22 to 11/16/22, but it says in any way, but especially those dates. Not just that information. That's especially what I want. That's specifically something that I want, but that's not the only thing that I want. I felt like I make that really clear, but maybe I just don't really quite, maybe my brain just, I mean, I know for a fact my brain works differently, but like this is really wild. Super wild. Well, and see, and I asked that too. I was like, so for sure, see, that's why it was really confusing. I'm going to need to I really need to sit down and like look at this like closer. And they're getting away with it, but not giving me like an itemized redaction sheet because we were paying, like I have all of the amounts, like they're not in my head anymore, but I have them on the spreadsheet because we had asked for the hour prior and the hour after. And that was a certain amount. Then we paid the duplication fee for the time of that they're trying to tell us the time of. And then, like, I understand that we're asking for more of it, but I'm like, why is it so expensive considering that the other ones were already like part of another process? something doesn't seem accurate. Something doesn't seem accurate whatsoever. Okay. So these are the rules that they cited for the reasons why there's certain things that like they couldn't send me. This IC 741041A is, I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Okay. So this is 74104, and then this is A. Any public record exempt from disclosure by federal or state law or federal regulations to the extent specifically provided by such law or regulation. Well, state law says there's no gag order. Okay. So unless this has something to do with what just happened with Karen Laramie and the Chapin's piggybacking on that lawsuit in order to get like the bedroom stuff taken out, unless it has something to do with that, then I would go with this being the FBI said no. So I need clarification on that too, because this isn't really telling me what law, if it is an option between federal and state, like which one actually is it? Because we've got two now that are suppressing information. And considering that they want the bedrooms taken out, and considering that the knife sheath was found next to Maddie at the closest, and considering who like the lawsuit was started with, it's probably that one. But I don't understand why we're not getting a redacted photo. Why are we not seeing one with like the evidence marker? Like what? I don't understand why we're not getting this information. There's ways to redact it. They can put a freaking black rectangle, like if it shows part of Maddie's leg, like they can crop it and they can do whatever. I want to see the way that it was placed. When apparently this blanket was pulled back, I mean, as one of the stories is told, as one of the blankets, as the blanket is pulled back and then it's seen, what did it look like? Which way was it actually laying? Was the curved portion where the blade tip goes in more towards her, or was it facing the other angle? Like how? Because we don't know. They haven't told us that. So if it's not the feds, then it's probably the no bedroom rule. Yeah, I know they are very much so. They're being very difficult. Very difficult. Okay. So then this next one is where it gets into attorney-client privilege for the IC 32015. That's this one over here. 201 and then 5 is to maintain, inviolate the confidence and at every peril to himself to preserve the secrets of his clients. That whole ridiculous language just to say a lawyer can't say anything about what their client said. I don't really like this one. This one makes me second guess the conversations between Kohberger and Ann Taylor, because if you've got something to hide, that's the only reason why this would be being invoked right now. So this is almost like, to me, both sides are stopping this information from coming out. And I'm not afraid to say that. I told y'all we were going to follow this wherever the frick it went. And that's what this makes me feel like. There shouldn't be anything regarding client attorney privilege when it comes to the knife sheath. If y'all want us to believe that he's so innocent, then let us listen to the whatever the conversations were. Let us read the shit. Why do you not want this stuff released? The only thing that I can really think of is they're planning on doing something in the courtroom. But if they're not going to do anything in the courtroom, then I don't like the way that it looks. It can go both ways. I don't know, and I don't like it. I don't like it for either way. Yeah, just crop it. And if there's a little piece on there, then block it off. But I mean, damn. Right? That's how I feel about it. Either you really are hiding some shady shit with this attorney-client privilege law, or you're going to be doing something in the courtroom soon and you're really trying to like hold all your evidence in. And as much as I want to be like, oh, that's probably the one, I don't even freaking know anymore, because it's been forever. And we've seen all this crazy shit come out. They're fighting restitution, stupidity. All of this stuff has come out that still doesn't prove anything about anything. And we're still sitting here. Like, are we waiting for something? What are we waiting for? I don't know. It's just, it could go either way at this point. It can go either way at this point. That's what I don't understand. Like, you're not even trying to even make a statement. Like, not even something that y'all all collectively get together. The fact that none of the expert witnesses are talking either is wild to me, because why aren't you? Like, if the IGG was really going to get thrown out when it comes to, like, the truth, and the FBI calling them on the 19th was going to get thrown out and the truth was never going to be told, then why can't, like, Becca Barlow or Lisa Larkin or anybody say anything? Why can't they come out and talk? It's getting really, really insane. Just insane. Really annoying. But I will tell y'all, we're about to look at these emails. I have not read them. I saw the names that they were under. I skimmed through them. I can't say I haven't read them because I have like opened them and like skimmed through them, but I don't really know what they say. And I don't really feel like they have a lot of importance, but we're going to go through them anyway. Because at this point, you already know if anything that they're, considering substantial, they're not giving it out. They're not going to let us see that shit. I'm not looking forward to how heavily redacted this expensive as hell mortgage payment of a freaking FOIA is going to be once it comes through for 11/12. I'm not even like excited at all about it. All I know is that it better not be as shady as the other one was, because there's still segments in the other one where it like speeds up and acts weird. It's very odd. Okay, so this is the first picture that they sent right here. It literally just has this is the actual like evidence item number on the inventory sheet. This is the item number. And it shows right here the case number, that it's a knife sheath, MPD, Moscow Police Department. And then it has, their candy striped peppermint for Christmas time, holiday spirit tape right here. And it's, what freaking date is that? 11/18/22. And then 12/6/22. And then this one, this horrible blurry ass picture where you can barely even read the damn names, because they think they're so freaking funny to just give us crap stuff. Okay. If you don't know anything about this case, you can't read these names. You just can't. And some of them I still can't freaking read, but I'm going to damn sure freaking try. This says scene to Detective Talbot on 11/13. Then Talbot to Detective Payne. You can see that this is supposed to say Payne on 11/14. So MPD didn't even have custody of the knife sheath until the 14th. ISP took custody of it overnight. Is that what we're supposed to believe with this? Because that's sure the frick what it looks like. Then it has Payne over to, I don't know this name. I can't tell what the frick name this is. I think it just says evidence, actually. I think it says Detective Payne to MPD evidence 11/14/22. Then evidence to Corporal Willinson. Maybe this is the trooper that picked it up. I think this is the trooper that picked it up. Yeah, this is the trooper that picked it up on 11/16. And then 11/16, it wasn't taken from MPD by this trooper straight to the ISP lab. It was taken to another location called New Meadows. And then it took that officer, whoever this guy is right here, Torrentino maybe. We've read this report already. Whoever this guy is right here drove it over to the actual forensic lab. And it took a few hours from him meeting up with the other trooper and getting the knife sheath to getting it over there. So we need his report too. I just don't remember what district he's from. It says in the ISP report. See, there's still pieces of this that are missing. There's still pieces of this that are missing. But this is the most interesting part to me, is that it looks to me, again, to me, by the way that this is written, is that this was found at the scene and was taken from the scene by Detective Talbot, and that it was kept overnight in his name being the one it was in custody of. And it wasn't until the very next day that it was given to Detective Payne. And again, I was expecting something that shows like who found it, something else, because we have Talbot and the FBI basically claiming ISP got there, a blanket was pulled back, there it was. That's how Blaker's also putting it in his PCAs. But then the way that Payne has it verbiaged, it's as if he found it. And then we have freaking Anthony Dollinger, who was not anyone really too important in way of like rank, I guess, at the time that this happened, who's now the freaking captain, coming out and saying on national TV in interviews with his own mouth and his little mustachioed face that Brett Payne is the one who found it. And they're saying that that's the reason, basically, that he was made lead detective the next day. Well, the next day is 11/14, whenever they're handing him the knife sheath. So why didn't MPD have control of the knife sheath that night? Why did it go with ISP? There's a lot of pieces missing. Lots of them. What exactly? Why did he have it overnight somewhere? Why was Dustin Blaker allowed to pick up the vial of DNA on the 21st for him not to leave out on an airplane until the next morning? And he kept it overnight at home? And then Don Daniels took the 3 pieces that they cut of like blood evidence and kept them for 10 days. Never told Ann Taylor, never told Moscow. She didn't tell Ann Taylor anything until Ann Taylor met with her at Kohberger's apartment 10 days later that she had the damn pieces still. 10 days. This kind of incompetence has happened in several different cases, like parts of this case, and not just with one agency. That's 3 different agencies so far. 2 different states, 3 different agencies of incompetence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, this is wild. The little bit of bullshit they gave to us. And it's still, could you imagine if we would have gotten all 680 something emails, how freaking like melted our brains would be right now? We barely got any of the leftover trash. And we're like, hold on, what the hell's happening here? That's pathetic. I'm not expecting to like constantly have all of these different issues. Here, let me get this where you guys can actually like see it better. Can y'all see these names? Yeah, now y'all can. Yeah, Scene to Talbot. 11/13. Talbot to Payne on the next day. On the next day. Yeah, because wouldn't they have had to have like asked? Okay, well, if your lead investigator for Moscow Police Department was not in possession of the knife sheath until the next day, where was it and why was it not in MPD's possession until the next day? Like, where was it? Why did Talbot have it? And that's even more confusing because if Talbot already had it and y'all were like a helping agency and MPD ended up having to transfer it over to ISP lab anyway, why did y'all give it back to Moscow? This whole thing is so stupid. I don't understand. Yeah, it's all the exact same handwriting. It's like somebody just hurried up and did that. This should all be written by the people. Like Scene to Talbot and Talbot should be the same handwriting. And then Payne to Payne should be the same. And then Payne to Evidence and like Evidence maybe. Like, yeah, you're right. Like these shouldn't be the same. It's like somebody just hurried up and did it. I bet you anything they did this as I asked for this information. I bet you anything they did this as I asked for this information. Somebody wrote this and took this damn picture as I asked for this information. Same pen, same handwriting. Insane. I cannot believe. I cannot believe. Okay, so now on to the emails. Now, 1, 2, 3, say 2/12/22. Jeffrey Talbot to Tim Smaldridge. Okay, see, it's like literal nothingness. Okay. December 2nd, 2022 at 10:04 in the morning, Sheath released receipt. Sir, Sammy Gerard is asking for a digital copy of the signed receipt for the release of the knife sheath to Corporal Willerford. May I send that to her? And all he says is, yes, please. Who is Sammy Gerard? Anybody know? Yeah, it had to have been. It had to have been done the same day. That means the chain of custody could have been done. It could be completely wrong because, like, where's the backing of that. Like, I was expecting it to be like some sort of like check-in system for real, and it's not. Well, I don't know. I don't know who Sammy Gerard is. I have no idea who that is. So then this next one says, oh my God, this is so pathetic. Okay. This next one is literally just the thank you to this answer. This is a joke. We paid $200 for trash. We got scammed by the police department, bro. We got scammed by the damn police department. This is insane. This is so insane. Oh my God. I hate it now. I hate this so much. This is like not at all like, oh my God. Everything's already been going such poop. Oh my God. Look, it's the original message. So then they were also out of order. Oh my God. I hate everything. That's all that is. That's all that these three are, is this Sammy Gerard person wants a digital copy of something. Can I send it over? Yes, please. Thank you. Like, for real. Like, what? This is crazy. Yes, it's literally just like the first email that got sent and then the response stacked on it in a separate paper, and then the third response stacked on it in a third one. It's the exact same freaking email. But you know, Pullman did that same shit. All the stuff from Pullman, we really need to sit down and go back through it. Because remember, my original live going through all the Pullman stuff got removed because it had Gmail addresses in it, because for some reason Pullman felt the need to send me 80% FOIA freaking requests. Like, I give a shit what CNN is doing with anything. I don't care. But they sent me a bunch of that stuff. But they also sent a bunch of emails, and the emails are like that. It's not just like one email like PDF that shows the entire conversation from first message to last. It's done like this. The first message is one PDF. And then the second message that it's responded to is a second separate one. And then the next response gives you a third paper. That's a lot of the way that the Pullman stuff is. It's really annoying. It's a lot of wasted time. They have to be, bro. Like, this is so wild. The fact that, like, this is what's going on 3 years down the line is insane. Yeah, well, I mean, if they told her that and it's anything between 12:55 a.m. and 12:05 p.m., they're lying. Which, I mean, it doesn't matter if, like, we don't talk to each other online. They would have to know that eventually we would find out that they're making both of us pay full price if that's the case. No shit. I mean, the camera footage for 11/12 alone is $1,500. And that's if they don't add more time the way that they did to this one. For nothing. For them to remove 99.5% of everything that they went through. Everything that pulled up for my request, we literally got 0.5% of it. See, yeah, that's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. It's not missing anymore. We've been found it. That's why the price of it went up so much, because they found it finally. So that's why we're getting 12:05 a.m. to 12:55 a.m. to 12:05 p.m. because they found the rest of it in a subfolder. I don't know, maybe. Sammy Gerard, ISP, technical records. Okay, so a record specialist. Okay, that makes sense why she would want that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like, after the 11/12 stuff, I don't know if I even want to, like, bother doing any more FOIAs with them. I mean, for the whatever little specific things that we've already talked about, we need to go ahead and get that stuff. But after this, like, I don't know, like, how much more, like, it's going to be worth to try to get information from them when this is how they do it. That's the problem, too. I was just talking to my dad about that earlier. This is so stupid. Okay, so then these next emails, it's all the exact same date. So they only felt at 2 dates worth of emails. were worth $200 freaking. I'm so disgusted. I want to throw up. This is like the most wasteful amount of money I think I've ever seen in my freaking life. And not even I think. This is. And I have children, so that should tell you a lot. I've wasted a lot of money. I don't even care about this part. I want the one that has like the full-on conversation. Just give me the one that has everything so I don't waste my life. Oh, of course they're not going to make it easy. Okay. Okay, so 9/5/23. No, I'm lying. 5/9/23. So May 9th, 2023 at 11:59:23 in the morning. So almost noon. Somebody, it's Tim. Okay, no, Riley Nowlin talking to Tim Smaldridge. I'm in interviews and need to be back at my desk to look up the case. I may not be able to get back to you until tomorrow morning, Riley. And what was asked was, there we go. It says, good morning. The prosecutors are asking me for information about the DNA swab from the knife sheath that went to Texas with Dustin Blaker. Before I answer them, I want to make sure I have the right item. What the frick you mean? Because there's so many knife sheaths with so many quadruple murders that you could be getting this confused with, right? Oh my God. The ISP lab number for the sheath is item number 1. I see the following lab products that are candidates. Are any of these the item in question? Lab item number 3, extracts from items 1 and 2. Lab items 1.1, extracts from strap. Lab item number 2, extracts from items 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, all ridiculously minuscule, nothing, little bitty nothingnesses that we've already gone through. We've gone through their percentages. We showed you how much of it is literally nothing but trace nothingness, literal nothingness. And nothing about the damn snap. They went off and off and off about the damn button snap being where this was swapped from. And a lot of people looked into degradation when it came to brass, or if it was actually nickel, or if it was painted over with something. A lot of people were looking into very specific things when it came to this damn snap and the material that it was made out of, because they kept saying button snap. Nothing about the leather strap, the button snap. And none of that is in any of the documents either. We've been lied to about literally everything. Literally everything. And why can't I see this attachment? You should have had to have given me the attachment. Okay, this is more of the conversation here. Okay, so then it just says thank you, and then it goes up and says more of the information right here when it comes to swab of front strap, swab of edges of handle portion, swab of edges of blade portion, swab of stains on back of knife sheath. Oh, you guys can't even see that. Hold on. Can I move it over? No, but I can move my face. Hold on. This is so wild. Okay, swabs of stains on back of knife sheath, swab of inside surface of blade portion of knife sheath, DNA extracts from items 1.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, portion of DNA extract from item 1.1. And again, remember, portion of DNA extract. So that's important too. And then, yes, thank you, just Riley. So then it says, I just saw the second part of your question. We sent them, this is interesting. We sent them just enough extract for their testing. So I am assuming it was consumed in analysis, and that would be a question for them. We have not received anything back from them. All other items have been returned to your agency with the exception of items still in progress or those consumed during analysis. And they're talking about Othram. Othram was only given enough to test, which even more doubles down the stupidity of the dude at the Comic-Con with his wife saying, oh my God, I don't know why they said it was just trace DNA. There was so much DNA. Oh my God, there was so much DNA. No, there wasn't. No, there wasn't. Not even the clone that you were given was a lot of DNA. They're literally saying right now it was a portion of it. They gave you just enough to test, and they never got anything back from Othram. And this is dated when? As of 5/9/2023, with the FBI calling MPD on 12/19/2022. So as of the grand jury timing, they hadn't received shit back from Othram. That's crazy. See, even though these emails are, again, just the trash, they still have some interesting information in them. That's for shizzle. That's crazy. See if we've missed anything else. So as of the time of the grand jury, Othram didn't send anything back. We literally, they need to clarify that. We were literally told that they were told to halt everything on 12/10 and send everything back to the Idaho State Lab. And that on that exact same day, Idaho sent stuff to FBI. That's the whole conversation. That's the whole conversation. I am just, wow. That's crazy, guys. I don't really even know like what to think right now. 9 emails. But Othram sending nothing back by the date of the grand jury is an interesting tidbit. And that definitely looks like somebody hurried up and wrote out that entire chain of custody in the exact same marker. It has the exact same fade. You can tell it was all written at the exact same time. I'm glad y'all noticed that because I was so just like aggravated by the fact that it stayed with Talbot overnight that I wasn't even looking at that. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. They just don't seem to care. That city attorney makes a lot of money. Like a lot of people have been telling me for a while, I need to be an attorney. Do I need to become an Idaho lawyer? Do I need to become an Idaho lawyer? Serious question at this point. Oh my God. Insane stuff. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for coming in here and listening to this crazy stuff. I'm just so upset. I need to go laugh. Like I'm still laughing. It's so crazy. I'm going to go watch TV. I'm going to just let Dad watch whatever weird old stuff he wants. I'm just going to laugh because I just cannot believe it. Yeah. I mean, I kind of should. I really feel like I should. Massively. Unbelievable. All right. You guys have a beautiful night. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.